get serious over sexual harassment after Weinstein's scandal. Minister. Paris, Reuters. The Harvey Weinstein scandal is forcing a rethink of attitudes towards sexual harassment in France, a country that cherishes its self-image as the land of seduction and romance, said the minister tasked with cracking down on violence against women. Movie producer Weinstein has been accused by numerous women of having sexually harassed or assaulted them in incidents dating back to the 1980s, including 3 who said they were raped. Weinstein denies having non-consensual sex with anyone. More than 300,000 accounts of sexual harassment or abuse have been published under the French number balance set and porker number #squilonierbic hashtag on Twitter in the past week, though some conservatives say the new trend amounts to an attack on the French way of life in the name of US-style puritanism. We are really at a turning point, with the Weinstein affair as a trigger, Gender Equality Minister Marlene Schiappa told Reuters on Friday in an interview. France has often debated sexual harassment over the past decade following scandals involving French politicians. 6 years ago, a sex scandal forced former French finance minister Dominique Strauss-Kahn to resign as head of the International Monetary Fund, provoking a round of soul-searching in France about sexual abuse that goes undeclared or undetected in the upper echelons of power. But Schiappa said the Weinstein scandal could have a more durable impact because it had prompted women from all walks of life to denounce harassment and assault at work and in public places, not only in the corridors of power. When it's about politicians, most people just slam politicians rather than seeing it as a wider issue, said Schiappa, a 34-year-old blogger turned minister in President Emmanuel Macron's new government. Liberation, but when it's to do with cinema it has a wider impact because people identify with actors and actresses, Shia added, describing the wave of testimonies on social media as a liberation. This week Schiappa kicked off nationwide consultations over a law due to be completed early next year that will include steps to fight sexual harassment on the streets as well as extend the statute of limitation for rape of minors. Not all French people approve of her plans or of the number squilonierbic trend on Twitter. France is a country of men who love women, wrote pundits Berenice Levitt and Guillaume Bigot in Le Figaro Daily on Thursday. It is not a country of platonic love, they said, warning against the import of what French conservatives have long denigrated as a killjoy Anglo-Saxon view of relationships between men and women. Responding to such criticism, Schiappa said, there is some reluctance. Some say we will kill the culture of the French lover if we punish street harassment. But it's the opposite. We want to preserve seduction, chivalry and l'amour à la francaise by saying what is key is consent. Between consenting adults everything is allowed. We can seduce, talk, but if someone says no, it's no and it's final, she said. Much of the French debate focuses on plans to slap fines on harassment in the street and whether that is really feasible. Schiappa acknowledged it was hard to define, adding details would be decided through wide consultations in coming months. For instance, it's following a woman through several blocks or asking for her phone number 15 straight times, said Schiappa, adding that she personally did not believe wolf whistle should be characterized as sexual harassment. Writing by Ingrid Millender, editing by Gareth Jones.